This is the Parasite Eve. Not sure how many of you were around, or I shouldn't say around. How many of you paid attention to this game when it was first out in, 1997? I don't really know. It is available on PSN. I'm playing it on my PlayStation Portable. I did actually own the console version way back in the day. And I got to like the middle of day one, and I just sold it back because I never played it. This game takes place over 6 days for the original run-through. I think there's like a bonus run-through at the end or something like that. I don't plan on doing it because I don't like this game very much. But I'm on day 5. I'm in an optional warehouse type of thing. Hi, you can see my face now. An optional warehouse type of thing, so that shouldn't spoil that much of the story. So the way that this game works is, yes, it's an RPG. Numbers. You know, you got numbers, and you got an inventory. You got guns. And you got system settings, because that's what an RPG is all about. But it's an RPG that allows you to move around. So right now, I think I'm about to fight this crab thing. Yeah. So it doesn't flash to a different screen. I'm walking around, and I'm getting my ass handed to me. I'm running around in real time. And this, you can see this here. This little thing in the corner with the 151/611, that is in the upper left-hand corner when I'm actually fighting this thing. This bar at the top is my attack bar, so it's basically active time battle. When that bar reaches the far right of the spectrum, I am ready to take some kind of action, whether it be change my equipped weapon, or attack, or use what they call parasite energy, which is basically just magic or tech, or whatever you want to call it. This bottom bar is my parasite energy, basically my MP, and then these big numbers are my hit points. So basically, you are taking some kind of action and then running your ass around trying to avoid attacks while this blue bar fills up. And then you take action again, run around some more while that blue bar fills up, and then take some more action. Right now, I have to heal because clearly I am not doing so hot. So I'm going to go into my inventory, or I will use a parasite energy. Wow, this camera is not focusing quickly enough. I apologize for that. Parasite energy. These are my attacks, and my buffs, debuffs, and curative magic. So I'm going to use heal right now. Okay. She's healing right now, right there. So no, I'm okay. And I have to pause by pressing start. You know, I can't go into the menu, obviously, while I'm in combat. And let me reorient the actual PSP so you can actually see what I'm showing you. So I'm running around. All right, this thing is going to attack me. Now my bar has reached full. You could see it. When I unpause it, you'll see it's flashing, right? So that means that I can take some sort of action. I have chosen to attack him. This wireframe polygon thing that comes out is indicative of my attack range, right? So the things that I can attack and guarantee to not miss are his left claw and his torso. His right claw, I don't know if it comes through in the camera, but the little circle the reticle that is on his right claw is a little bit darker than this one or that one, meaning that claw is out of range, and if I try to attack it, I'm either going to miss completely or do far less damage than is normal. So right now, the gun that I have equipped is a grenade launcher, and it can fire off 2 rounds with every turn. So I could technically say, I want to attack his claw, and I want to attack his torso. And but what I do is I hit X here, and then I'd move over there and hit X again. I don't want to do that. I just want to put it all in the claw. So that makes it slightly interesting, where you have multiple enemies around you, and you can just, in one turn, hit all of them for a certain amount of damage. The tricky thing is that you can't move while you're shooting, or she doesn't move while she's shooting, so you leave yourself open to that attack. So there's that little balance there. So I'm going to put them both into his claw. 1, 2. He gets to move, so I gotta watch out. That ice thing, shit. That ice thing is an effect that my weapon has. It has ice elemental attached to it. That's just how it came to me. So yeah, he's hitting me harder than I want him to. So I'm going to do that again. Something else that's oh shit, this is the thing that really bit me in the ass last time. I think I'm going to die. No, I'm not. Okay. So one of the other things that you can do is buffs and debuffs. So what haste does is haste should be obvious. She literally moves around faster. Like her foot speed is faster, but her attack bar also fills up quicker. Slow, if you're familiar with any RPG, you know what that does. Detox is antidote. Barrier basically sacrifices your parasite energy or your MP, as is classically known, for your hit points. So instead of healing, I could say I want to cast a barrier, and anytime this fucker hits me, I'm going to lose parasite energy instead of my hit points, which comes in handy pretty often. Do that again. So battles like this tend to get a little boring because it's a one-on-one thing, and you either get them or you don't. It's a little bit more interesting when you have a wide combat zone, a large combat zone. This is not very big, unfortunately, so it becomes cramped. But when you have a big combat zone, and you can see this in the corner. These are my statuses. So I have that barrier, which is that arrow, but I also have defense down. But when you get narrow battle spaces like this, it just feels cramped and awkward and not all that fun. When you have a wider space and it's a bit more zoomed out, he's moving away from my range. When you have a bit wider space and more enemies that you've kind of got to like weave around and avoid their attacks and wait till they attack before you actually shoot them, because remember I said you can't move, then it becomes a little bit more interesting. The thing is, though, that, as I'm moving around here, she just has a generally slow foot speed. And it reminds me too much of Resident Evil. Which is not to say that Resident Evil is a poor game. See, he just did 0 damage to me because I still have that barrier up. That's not to say that RE is a poor game, and I'm actually going to do a special attack here. Instead of shooting him, I'm going to show you the Parasite shot, the energy, where is it? Energy shot, yeah. So basically that drains all my Parasite energy, puts it into this one gigantic shot, and it leaves me dizzy. This is actually not going to be a smart attack to use because I have so few hit points left, and it's going to drain all of my energy, which will leave me without enough energy to heal, and then without enough energy to, and then without enough attack bar to use an item. So maybe I shouldn't do that now. Let me do a little heal first. But not to say that Resident Evil is a bad game, but it just, when shit. And now I have 28. That was not smart. I'm doing this really poorly for you guys. When you're not fighting zombies, kludgy movement isn't really all that fun. Hell, when you are fighting zombies, kludgy movement isn't that fun. But I know we want to make it suspenseful, and we want to, make it scary for you to move around and not be get away. So fine, I get that, but these aren't necessarily zombies. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. So here's the energy shot. There's gonna be some Dragon Ball Z type shit. And do that. The other thing that I find a little annoying is the fact that you need a full. See, now she's stunned because that drained her all of her strength. The thing that I find annoying also is that you have to have a full bar in order to just switch your equipment. And I guess that follows in line with the other Square RPGs. Like, I'm gonna pause it here because I'm done with the demo. But in other Square RPGs, when you have to be, in attack mode in order to change your item or whatever, that's fine. But when you change your weaponry in Final Fantasy IV, let's say, you don't lose your turn. And I just died. You don't lose your turn. You switch your equipment, and then you're still allowed to act. And this one just takes away your turn. So, anyway, so that's Parasite Eve. Coming up on 10 minutes. My camera's going to close. But I'm near the end. I'm going to review it when I'm finished. But quick hitter opinion right now is that you probably shouldn't spend your time on this unless you were a fan from back in the day. So, there you have it. Later.